Stage 1. Media criticism and public skepticism. Tesla was widely described as one of the most overhyped IPOs in recent years. Critics claimed the company was financially unstable and that its products were impractical. Many argued that private companies would never succeed in space exploration. Space-related projects were often described as unrealistic or speculative ventures from Silicon Valley startups. Regulatory authorities filed lawsuits accusing company leadership of misleading investors. As a result, Tesla's market capitalization dropped by more than $14 billion within a short period. Stock prices declined sharply following public statements from U.S. regulators. Some analysts labeled Tesla stock as unviable and predicted the company's collapse. Stage 2. Ideas and worldview. Skepticism often arises when projects challenge existing assumptions. Many of the proposed ideas appeared closer to science fiction than reality. However, technological progress has historically followed similar patterns of disbelief. Innovation tends to focus on creating solutions that previously seemed impossible. Stage 3. The 2008 crisis. In 2008, multiple failures occurred across several high-risk projects. 3 consecutive rocket launches failed. At the same time, the automotive business suffered heavy financial losses. The global economy experienced its most severe downturn since the Great Depression. Both companies involved faced imminent bankruptcy. Available funding was sufficient for only a few weeks of operation. Stage 4. Persistence under failure. Despite repeated setbacks, operations continued. A 4th failure would have resulted in complete shutdown. The subsequent success marked a turning point and ensured survival. Stage 5. Long-term vision. Long-term survival of humanity is closely linked to technological expansion beyond Earth. Establishing a sustained human presence on other planets is considered a strategic necessity rather than a symbolic achievement. Mars is viewed as a potential candidate for the first fully autonomous off-world settlement. Stage 6. Industrial struggle. Building a successful automotive company is considered one of the most difficult challenges in modern industry. The company operated under extreme pressure, limited resources, and prolonged financial losses. Employees worked extended hours under constant risk of failure. The continuation of operations required extraordinary operational commitment. Stage 7. Early technological enterprises. Early ventures focused on software and internet-based technologies. One project introduced digital mapping and navigation at a time when such tools were uncommon. Another venture led to the development of a major online payment system, later acquired by a larger corporation. The proceeds from this acquisition were reinvested into new industrial projects. Stage 8. High-risk investment strategy. Nearly all available capital was directed into ventures with a high probability of failure. The objective was not immediate financial return, but the removal of long-standing technological limitations. Electric vehicles were positioned as an alternative to the perception of being slow, unattractive, or impractical. Stage 9. Industry transformation. Within just over a decade, production scaled from a single vehicle model to over 1 million units. Global forecasts predict that electric vehicle sales may reach up to 30 million units annually by 2030. Major automotive manufacturers announced investments exceeding hundreds of billions of dollars into electric vehicle development. The competitive landscape of the automotive industry fundamentally shifted. Stage 10. Energy infrastructure. An energy crisis exposed weaknesses in regional power grids. Large-scale energy storage was proposed as a solution and initially met with public skepticism. Once implemented, the system demonstrated rapid response times and improved grid stability. The project altered perceptions regarding large-scale battery technology. Stage 11. Spaceflight milestones. Historically, only 3 nations successfully launched humans into orbit and returned them safely. A private company later achieved the same capability, marking a significant shift in spaceflight history. In May 2020, the first crewed orbital flight by a private company was completed successfully. Stage 12. Conclusion. Technological progress often emerges from prolonged uncertainty, failure, and public doubt. Projects that appear unrealistic may later redefine entire industries. The expansion of human activity beyond Earth represents one of the most significant transitions in the history of civilization.